Good morning, Guardians. It is Ebontis here for Nightfall Solo number 2. Now, first one was the Titan. That was fun. Smashy smash is always a good time. Hunter should be a little different. See how it goes. But as you guys know, we've got arc burn, so bring your arc weapons with you. I'm going to have some fun with a different gun for a change. I've got a couple options, so we'll see how each one of them does. Small arms, of course, your primaries, so if you have any raid weapons. Arc primaries seem to be more common because there's a few extra, so have a few more to pick from. Small arms, of course, you're going to want to use, but Juggler will keep you mixing it up at least a little bit, maybe throw some rockets in there. Ironclad, a few more enemies have shield. Mostly the ones that you're going to be looking at with shields are going to be Shanks in the end. You're going to have some Knights, but they have arc shields anyway, so they still drop pretty quick. Those are the main ones I noticed. You probably have a couple things like that. What is up, man? How are you? And then we've got Daybreak, everything cranked up to 11. So it is arc, so of course Blade Dancer, the way to go. Now I would probably go with Hungering Blade, so Arc Blade and Blink Strike both get you some health back, so in case you do need to get some health, you can potentially use your super for that. Invisibility effects are not a bad way to go in this one, so if you want to crouch or stay invisible, you can. But honestly, Hungering Blade is going to be more for survivability, so it just kind of depends on how much you think you need the benefit there. Weapons ready quickly, sprint faster. Honestly, just if you go invisible, you might do that just for survival's sake. Now, battle recovery and toughness, the Hunter's already got a decent amount of agility, at least enough to get around, so you should be okay. Escape Artist is a good thing in case you need to get out of there, just for safety's sake more than anything. Vanish, Razor's Edge, or Showstopper. It's really your call on this one. For grenades, tough call, honestly. Not a huge fan of skip in PvE for most common reasons. Flex, if you attach maybe to when we get to the boss room, I might switch to that. Might just go with Arc Bolt for now, just so I can spread the damage. Hit a couple enemies, maybe around corners. Might work. But again, you can go invisible here, come up on some guys, mess them up real quick if you need to. Especially when you're in the boss room, if you need to go out and take care of a couple of the Scorch Captains. You could probably vanish, walk out there, find those couple guys, wreck them, and then even vanish and come back. So just depending on how much you use. Or you could just run out there real quick, Showstopper, and blast around them, and probably have just the same effect. Razor's Edge, you just have to direct the angle of it. Showstopper, just for the groups of enemies, is probably going to be a little easier to use. So your guys' call, but that's probably what I'm going to run with. But Necrochasm is my gun of choice. Now, this hopefully should just be entertainment more than anything. I don't know how the range is going to go. I may need to switch over to at least Zalo, so I've got some range for a few of those guys, because this thing is painfully short on range. But if I do need to go between those, just was going to mix it up with the auto rifles. Fatebringer would be another one, just to see how the blasting goes. Any sniper, whatever heavy you got, I've got a machine gun here that's arc, so I'm going to use it. Now for the subclass, exotic for arc, you can do one of two. You can go Mask of the Third Man, so your arc blade attacks use less energy. Basically, that way you can get a couple more swipes. The one that I think is actually going to be more effective is going to be ATS-8 Tarantella. The Arc Knights, the Boomer Knights especially, are going to hurt quite a bit, so reducing their damage coming in is going to be good. Also, grenades and arc blade recharging faster seems like a good idea. Now, if I was actually running with my Fang of Your Ute like I did with my Titan, then this would be really, really effective because you have more scout rifle as well. But double reduction in arc damage from enemies is a really good idea, and then those coming back quicker more frequently seems like it could be a lot of fun. So it's kind of your guys' choice. I was using Fang of Your Ute on the first one and tagging guys for like 23,000. So whatever your preference is in gun, that's up to you guys. I'm just trying to mix it up on this one, use some goofy stuff for a change. It's my Hunter, so I may get myself killed. Who knows? But we're going to have some fun with it either way. But yeah, let's kick this thing off, and I will see you guys on the inside. So here we go. Alright guys, as soon as you get in here, jump on the Sparrow, and we'll see how this is going to go. And Necrochasm's range is really short, so this may not work too well, but I still want to try it out because those explosions are going to be some fun to watch, if nothing else. Now this section, if you have few enemies, that's why the Sparrow is good to at least get in the shrimp. Now if you have some issues driving through these old tunnels, get off the Sparrow, it's no big deal. It's not the end of the world. Me, I just like getting on the Sparrow while I can, kind of got this little glide down. Now from here, when you come down, just start working these guys a little bit. But yep, the explosions are going to be fun. That's actually not bad. This is going to be some fun, I think. Good times ahead. Only problem is I'm probably going to burn through ammo like a crazy person, so that's going to be your one thing to watch. And so is only having my double jump in the arc subclass. Just got to remember I'm on a different class. Now I've got some ammo and I've got some bullets here, so. Yeah. So if you need to switch over just to make sure you got some bullets, machine gun might work fairly well. Get those grenades thrown out there. You don't have multiple, so just remember that. Arc burn explosion every single time. Oh, this is going to be too funny. Just make sure you don't get too exposed, and then you can really have some fun with this. Oh yeah, this is going to be a blast.
Have a laser grid blocking the way. I should be able to disable it.
There's some primary.
In the meantime,
don't have any auto rifle, but we're still rolling with it. Alright guys, so apparently they've been generous this morning on the ammo boxes. First round that comes out is actually going to be kind of in the back. So a few thralls and things back in this direction. So you can start throwing a few grenades back there. But honestly, that's actually pretty fun. Just explode everything. Not the most accurate in the world, but lots of things are dying. Oh, that's too much fun. It's actually not bad. Better than I thought it was going to be. But if you need to pick anything off at total range, you know, bring your sniper out, tag him in the head, get him to sit down for a second, and bam. Head still pop. And again, that's why that arc bolt grenade will work fairly well. What's remaining? Where you at, dude? I see one shadow hiding somewhere. Hi. Oh, that's too much fun. Alright, I'm going to have some fun with this one because I just want to. Yep. Too much fun. I really have not goofed around with this since they changed it and had much of a reason to. I feel like the explosion could be a little bigger. Now this is the one you're going to want to be careful with. So, a lot of enemies are coming out of here. Just try and be careful. Watch the wizards as they come out. Those are going to be your painful section. If you really need to get a dodge, come up here and duck. Just hang out for a little bit. See what's out there. If you need to pick off a boomer, do so before they really get too crazy with you. As you can tell, there's a couple guys out there that are not real happy. Well, this wizard really just wants a piece of it, huh? You're going down. Really? These grenades do recharge rather quickly, though. By the time that scan goes off, I'm getting another one off. Ow. And explosions continue. This is actually pretty funny though. It may not be the most efficient room in the world, but it's definitely a fun way to do this. And you can still snipe, because that works always. Throw a grenade at the ground. You'll find your stragglers underneath. Maybe. There they go. And who's left? Probably got one dude down here. And hey, just because the first one didn't kill him, the second one should. Or the third. So many explosions. So many explosions. Oh, I got one more straggler here. First thrall's coming. I'm invisible. What are you going to do now? It's actually what I was going to think was probably going to be a terrible gun is honestly pretty fun. What am I missing? Oh. Uglies are coming. Yeah, my turn. Well, my turn to not die would be best. Where you at? I still will say rockets are generally better than the machine gun just for the damage type you're going to get. So just watch how you're coming through here. Come here. I can't shoot. That's literally all that means right there. Alright, so big boy, reload your heavy. It's probably your quickest effective way to kill it. Wizards are going to sting more than you think, so just watch out. That arc burning damage is going to mess you up a little bit, but if you can find him and just start melting him, pretty effective. Once the wizard is down, everything else goes down fairly quickly. Look for the last straggler. If you need any ammo, just use something else to kill the guys. You might get some to drop. Grab any ammo, heavy, hopefully some primary if they're reasonable about this. Come on. I need ammo. They're not really being generous on that front. Got a little bit. There we go. There's a little more. Alright. Oh, there we go. I'm in good shape now. Around the corner, we're going to have a few more enemies. Again, that first room just takes 6, 7, 8 minutes. It's not the end of the world. The rest of it goes pretty quick, so I wouldn't worry so much. Up here, you're going to have some guys. The main one you want to focus on is that Boomerite. Pick him off. The rest go down fast. This is crazy. Like, I know it's just like an auto rifle, so it didn't expect to hit quite that hard. But it works. Like, it's solid. And onward we go. So far, so good. Kind of more surprised. Usually the hunter has a lot of struggles. But
Guardian, I've got reports of Hive
now,
activity
what I
near
did
the
last time
Delta
with my Titan actually just hung up here by the spire. I was somewhat
Yeah,
safe from the
it
ships and I could
definitely
work
got
on
Hive.
the
And apparently
ogres
they
more than
hold a
anything
grudge
mostly.
because they're mad. And I think they're letting the Fallen know it.
Main ones you want to work on here, and this is where the scout rifle really became effective because your primary hits a lot harder than, unfortunately, 3/4 of your sniper. So this is where, unfortunately, having a scout rifle at this range would be much more beneficial. Because, yeah, it takes like the same number of scout rifle shots as it does sniper shots, so it's just not quite as effective. Now, staying up here to work these guys, you're mostly safe from the ships, which is good. At some point, you got to leave this area, though, because those ships are just going to keep firing. So, as you get closer to the ogre, just be careful. Keep that in mind as you run up here. Ogre's going to be around. Watch those big shots. When you finally get view on him, though, again, he's going to melt. You just got to get close enough to actually do it. Now, once the doors open... Well, yep. And the Boomer Knights just really don't stop. So, now this is the point, once you get the enemies in the back to actually come out, if they will actually come out and start fighting each other, this is a good time if you can actually go invisible and you have your super up and you're on vanish, you can skip all the way through. Lotus Father, what is up, man? Thank you for everything. So we can have my visibility effects last a little longer here. And let's see how I can do for making it through. Now, normally I wouldn't say just skip the world here, but as you can go invisible, it's a nice time to do it. Just try not to get smacked in the face, but you can go through here pretty effectively. Not have to fight a whole lot of anything. You're going to be totally fine on point, so if you don't kill those guys, no worries.
I can make a guess.
But yeah, pretty much I wouldn't do that until the doors are open. You see that the Siva come out and start fighting, but once they do, you know the doors are open, you can skip on over, and your super's probably going to come back halfway through this little room anyway.
And show them that their god is nothing but
Come through
metal
here,
and tech.
and then back to exploding heads.
Sepiks
So much fun to do this.
in all
I don't know
his
why I'm
glory.
having so much fun with this gun, but just because usually don't have a great reason to use it. Now I kind of do. And the arc bolt is working too. Alright, where you at, guys? Got a couple stragglers here, usually the one. Bam. And from here, you're not going to get a whole lot of super damage on him. So here's where you may want to actually switch to Flux. And see how much damage I can do on him with just one clip. It's a lot of damage. Also a lot of... Well, he's done. Okay, moving on. Now, when you're in this room, you're relatively safe, especially if your back is flush against the wall. So keep that in mind, but also consider the fact that if you're up there towards the door, some enemies can come up behind you. So just watch that. If you have Arc first come out, you'll have some more of these enemies to deal with. And as you shoot these guys, then they explode. Now, those are the guys I'm talking about. You kind of have to wait for some of the spawns to actually happen. But when they do, you just want to be careful with them. Now those Scorch Captain guys will mess you up. Just remember that. Wherever they choose to hide, they're gonna hurt. Where'd he go? So he's down. Now I need to try and go grab. Oh, I'm gonna die. If I make it through, I'm surprised. Alright. Now I just need to go a little health and take my shot at the boss. Now if I can get the other Scorch Captain guy down too. Where is he? There. If you can get this one picked up, you can get a huge chunk of damage on him with that Arc Scorch Captain. The other ones aren't as crucial, but that Arc one does so much damage you really want to try and pick up both if you can. Just to kind of speed the process along a little bit. It's nice way to get a chunk of damage on him. And again, as you can tell, Necrochasm, not the most effective thing here. I'm just trying to use it for the whole round here. 20,000 still works, but my Scout Rifle hit just about as hard, so. But I mean, that's still a lot of damage. Just burning through ammo a little quicker than I would like. Alright, we're on Solar now. Next phase. Now here's a good time to pull out your heavies. You have some of these guys come out so you can drop some of the Shanks, the shields, some of these enemies, and try and get them to drop some primary. Just like that. Use those grenades as well as quick as they're going to come out. Now, one thing you can do, potentially, we'll just see how quickly these guys actually go down. Try and take out a few of the other guys. And obviously be full on health. But if you can go invisible, come out here and actually try and take out some of these guys. Now again, if you can pick up both cannons, or at least just one, take that shot. You don't need both, but if you can get both, it's always a nice thing to have. Because again, any Scorch Cannon is still going to do a lot of damage to him, just because that explosion. Why not, right? So enjoy the damage, the free damage while it's there. Melt him fairly quickly. Gonna pick me up some ammo real quick. Seem to be doing alright on that front though, which is nice. There we go. And if he's across the way, and again grenades work too. Throw those over there depending on where he's gonna be. Try and get that vantage point. And again, that's why Escape Artist works real well. If somebody does get close, you can just kind of start hammering away and just go invisible. Makes it pretty effective. Throw those grenades frequently as you can. Don't always get that option, but if you do. You got a lot of enemies coming out, so just be careful. Your safe spot is going to be this room, so just bounce back and forth between here. You should be relatively okay. Already pretty far along. I don't think I'm on Void yet, actually. I might be, though. Oh, I'm definitely on Void. They are over there. Trying to just clear out those Shanks just because the number of enemies that are out there make it a little harder as a hunter. So if I can take the Shanks out, that's a little better. Trying to take the Captain out. I got these dudes over here. Always a good time to go invisible. Pretty much any time is good for invisible. These dudes are fun though. Their shields usually go down, then you can get them a little lower. But if I can lower their health down just a bit. So if I go out there and go invisible again with my super, I can get both of those cannons. They're both fairly low at this point. Ow. Alright, health a little low, take a second to recover. Do a little dance while, or a little no, you're not going to kill me. Wasn't sure what my emote was there. Now here, since they're really just all sorts of aggressive here. Take that shot. Wait for that explosion, pick up the cannon. Get back in safekeeping here. Aw, really? Well, apparently that one's just going to hit the window. Bummer. Well, all 3 shields are down. Now it's just time to finish them up. He is melting fairly quick. Flux grenade might work a little better there, but honestly still pretty good. Not unfortunately get a whole lot of super damage out of him, but that's okay too. Somebody's like right below me, I think. Yep. Wow. I drew a circle around him with that one. Where's Ugly?
Nowhere for Sepiks to run this time.
There's your audio cue that you're getting pretty low. Usually also means some more enemies are going to come out, so just keep that in mind. It is a little hard to control, I'll be completely honest. Like, ammo efficiency and stuff like that, not probably the best in the world, but kind of getting the job done. There's your gold at 47. You're going to end up usually with a lot more than that. So there's a few more guys I could have killed. If you want to kill everything, you might end up at like 80, but you're still going to hit your gold without a question. Now, I like to spend this time taking out the enemies. I mean, if you get a good chance of with like your scout rifle and you can just finish a whole lot of stuff off, go for it. But just to get that final wave on the boss, I like to kind of clear out most of these guys, if possible. That worked well. Where's Ugly? Oh, he's right here. Well, there's one way to damage him. Normally I don't get that many shots. It's just completely unimposed. Look at that. I mean, I'm getting some damage drop off, but in the room it's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I definitely thought it would be worse. Finished the other one with about 12 minutes, and that was with the scout rifle, so this actually isn't that much worse. I thought it would be a lot worse. Gotta love those explosions, it's too much fun. Ow. Hurts a little bit though. Explosions are fun. Alright, come on, where's he at? What did I stay down? What did I just do? I don't even know what I just accomplished. I'm not gonna argue, but still weird when you don't know what you're doing. We gotta get a little closer so I can finish you up. There we go. And servitor down. 58 plus my 11-minute time bonus. I'll still probably be in the upper 70s. So.
Sepiks was the Splicer's next big play. Present a god for all to worship.
Well, there we go,
Control the
guys.
flow of ether to control the house.
76.
I
Yeah.
guess they didn't factor
As I said,
us
plenty of points. That's really not a worry on this
Any
one.
wrench
Should
we
be
throw
fine.
in
It
their
goes fairly
works
quick.
is a good thing. And Guardian?
Hope you guys
make one hell
enjoyed
of a
Nightfall
wrench.
number 2. I did this last time. I was down to 3 bullets. I finished this one up with 13 on a gun that... Well, they're gone. So, yep. Primary ammo. Almost running out every time. So watch that. That's about the only thing I can tell you guys. Let's see if I get anything good on this character. Drum roll, please. Ooh, a chest piece. Pulse rifle ammo and recovery after solar damage. Meh. You guys know that isn't that good, neither are the stats. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. As always, drop that like below if you did enjoy the video. Leave me a comment if you have any questions. And as always, subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that alert bell next to subscribe if you want to get that notification when new videos come up. You guys can follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, and any support is always appreciated. So thank you guys for everything. Past 7,500 subs lately, 3/4 of the way to 10,000. So I'm hoping to hit that one when Destiny 2 comes out and get a lot more content up for you guys. So a few weeks away now. Honestly, it's so much closer than I thought it would be. So can't wait for that one. Thank you guys for all the support and have a great morning. I will see you soon.